Now, you guys, I need you to comprehend one thing. I want you to conduct yourself in your life with the utmost respect for people and humanity. This video is not meant to be mean to anyone. This video is not intended to displease women. This video aims to educate people about what to look for and how women will treat you after they get what they want when they use their women's features. In the Red Pill and the MGTOW philosophy, we discuss hypergamy and a lot of the female natures, but this story is an example of it. Now, I want you to let me know of any incidents you've shared that is similar to my own, and I also want you guys to ask me any questions you might have. I'd love to hear from you, and I'd also love to hear any ideas you have for other men or me. This story takes place in my previous apartment complex. Divorce rates are extremely high in the area where I live. Due primarily to the abundance of wealth, it is said to have a 75% divorce rate across the county. There are a lot of wealthy men who get married to beautiful wives, and often there is not much love involved, so that these ex-wives can clean up after bad marriages. As a result, our county has a very high divorce rate. Thus, what will in general happen is ladies who live here will quite often tumble down the slope into these apartment buildings. I was also surrounded by divorcees in the apartment complex I lived in. As a result, there were only single men and women all over the complexes. In our complex, there was only one family. The remaining women were divorced. Some men were also divorced. This story began when a group of women moved into the same floor as me. They were relocating. I observed them. They were blonde, tall women. One was extremely appealing. The other was fine. They had a bookcase from IKEA. Additionally, a few other substantial items in a van or SUV. Now, I once passed them as I walked by. My children were with me as I passed them another time, but I offered these women assistance. I helped carry one of the bookcases on my own after they accepted my offer. I can do this. It was easy for me. They took care of the rest while I placed the bookcase outside the door. They asked me to help them with another item, so I did the same thing and carried it upstairs. They thanked me and said goodbye. They must have moved in, but the remainder of their furniture will have to wait. I didn't pay much attention to it. Now, these young women lived there for an entire year. They never spoke to me again when I saw them after that. They never looked once. I was not even acknowledged by them. I found that extremely disrespectful, but it did tell me something because it was as if I had never existed to them. You become nothing to them once they have used you up and are finished using you. They would, at some point, go to great lengths to destroy you if you were important to them, divorce court. However, in this instance, I was nothing to them. I was merely the neighbor who assisted them, but they no longer required my assistance. What did they do then? I was not invited over for lemonade. They behaved as though I didn't exist. The odd thing is that they only stayed in this apartment for a year because they had to leave at some point, which was unfortunate for them. One of their roommates had already left that apartment complex while I was still there. As a result, I presumed that the other roommate was temporarily living alone, and as we probably could have anticipated, they were unable to continue living there. They didn't have anyone to leech from. The support was cut by someone. This young lady had to move twice while she was moving because someone refused to pay the full rent. I saw her go up and down the stairs accidentally. As she struggled to move furniture and boxes from the floor where we lived into the SUV, I observed her struggle. Do you believe I was of any assistance? No. Even though I passed her a lot and observed her struggle, I didn't do anything to assist her. It is a lesson that must be learned, which is why I state these things and approach the matter in that manner. A lesson must be learned from it. It is not disrespectful to women specifically or to females in general. Women need to understand that men must be respected whenever they receive things or assistance from them. However, what we are witnessing is an extreme lack of acknowledgement and disrespect. Although it was unfortunate that she had to move that entire apartment on her own, what I did made me very happy. I didn't see many people helping her, but these kinds of things happen to us far too often, and society makes us feel bad about not always helping the woman in trouble. We ought to do that in the name of humanity. I have held the belief that men should not rush to assist women who are ultimately using the blue pill strategy until people start doing that for men. I've witnessed this in nightclubs, where women ignore men and do not acknowledge them until the group suddenly wants to take a picture. And there you are, hovering like a honeybee above them, searching for honey. They ask you if you could take a picture of us girls when they see you standing there staring at them. They are courteous when they approach you. They approach you with their heads held high. At the same time, make themselves look like a little girl or a damsel in distress, as if you are the only one who can assist them there. They don't ask the ones in the corner who are the alpha males and be the ones accompanying them home to take a picture for them. They request that the simp take a picture of them or someone they think is the simp. They won't remember you after you took that picture of them. Ungrateful. They don't ask you to pose for them. They do not ask if you desire a copy of the photo. They ask nothing. Do you want a drink? Are you willing to join us? Nothing. After you've taken that picture, they'll focus on Chad and Tyrone. Those are only a few examples of what I'm referring to. Wait until they respect and acknowledge you before allowing them to use you. You keep your distance and your concentration elsewhere. This one is a brief video, guys.